Hi everyone, I'm Greg, Bioinformatter from Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Moxfield. And I got in my first shipment of Unfinity. I've got some collector booster boxes and two draft boxes so far. Um, and I'm saving the draft boxes for potential gaming opportunities. But the collector boosters, I want to just get right in and crack. Now, I pre-looked at the prices on this set so far, and there's some crazy prices for the um, you know for the special lands. And there's this really cool galaxy foil effect that's the most expensive. The cards in the set, um, beyond some that are in those treatments, aren't particularly worth a lot right now. There's like some eight $8 cards and $5 cards and things like that. So I think there'll be some pretty and some funny cards to look at. But this is the first box, so this might be on the longer side of one of these videos because it's my first in-person look at the cards. So I will probably read a lot, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Um, but yeah, so this is the first collector booster box. I will break the seal. Get myself the wrapper basket. Okay. And this has a topper, which I think may end up being one of the lands. We'll save that for last. Hopefully it'll be a nice surprise, unless it's like some of their box toppers recently have not been all that special. Okay. These off to the side, and I'm gonna jump right in. Of course. I want to be difficult. Okay. So I think the commons I'm just going to go through very quickly. I'm just going to call them out and put them down, and I'll consider them after the fact. There's Circuitous Act, Stilt Rider, Stilts Rider, uh, Radical, Carnival, Carnivore, Park Re-Entry. So now we're into an uncommon. Discourtesy Clerk. Cover the Spot, which is our first attraction. So that's something new. I think the consensus is that you should kind of think of those as similar to a dungeon. Germain, Pride of the Circus. So legendary creature Cat Performer. Put 2+1/+1 counters on a target creature with 4 or more legs. Um, and yeah, so that's 1 green in a tap, and 1 and 2 green in a tap, and until end of turn, all creatures able to block target creature with 4 or more legs do so. So that's a different way of looking at things. Okay, here's Unlawful Entry, and this is in the Galaxy foil. Hoping I can find the right angle to show this. There we go. Yeah, so you see the shapes, the shiny shapes. So this is just a common unlawful entry, but it's a galaxy foil. Don't try this at home. This is another error. Whenever a hot source you control would deal damage, it deals that much damage plus 1 instead. Something is hot if it has hot things in its art, like fire or explosions. 1 in a red, sacrifice, don't try this at home. It deals damage equal to twice the number of hot cards in your graveyard to target creature or planeswalker. We have DK, Finder of the Lost. So this is a legendary creature zombie employee. When DK, Finder of the Lost, enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Whenever you roll a 2, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever you roll a 4, you may tap or untap target artifact or creature. Whenever you roll a 6, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Now this, I think, I don't know if this is just a regular foil. We'll call it a regular foil for now. There's so much stuff going on in this set. I mean, I don't think it almost, it's reminding me of Etched, but I think it probably isn't. I don't know. But that's an uncommon. Oh. Okay. Pippa, Duchess of Dice. This has got the little planeswalker symbol down here, so I don't know if this is like a list card, but for Infinity, or for uncards, maybe. But a legendary creature, human noble, 2 and a green, roll a 6-sided die, it becomes a green die creature token with power and toughness, each equal to its results. Or 2 and a blue, re-roll any die. Activate this ability only anytime it makes sense. Okay, put that up there. We have a legendary creature, human performer, Katarina of Mira's Marvels. As Katarina of Mira's Marvels enters the battlefield, choose a letter. Whenever you cast a spell whose name begins with the chosen letter, create a white 2/2 cat creature token with flying. So, flying cat tokens for your gaming pleasure. Okay. And here is a forest, full art borderless foil forest. So these are very nice looking lands. But here is a galaxy foil. Yeah, there we go. See that? So it's a breeding pool. And that is pretty sweet. We'll put that off to the side there. And we have a squirrel token with a storm crow. Elvis looking dude. Okay, and I think just for kicks, get foils back on my list. Control, reading. Okay, so the breeding pool, borderless galaxy foil, is listed at 114. I mean, I'm assuming the prices will come down. It seems a little crazy, but yeah, they are pretty. Cool. So got one of those out of the first pack. That's nice. Focus Funambulist. Now you see me. Sanguine Sipper. Wolf in blank clothing. Assembled Ensemble. Resolute Vegisaur. So it's got trample, and whenever you roll your third die each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Resolute Vegisaur. Okay, and here's our attraction, Spinny Ride. So visit, tap target creature and opponent controls. Okay. Now, and we didn't really read our other one, so our previous one was cover the spot. So visit, drop 3 cards you own from outside the game, one at a time, onto the playing area from a height of at least 1 foot. If those cards completely cover the spot, claim the prize. And the prize is you get 4 tickets. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own, sacrifice, cover the spot, then open an attraction. Okay, so this is, yeah, so the thing in this set is that you've got the acorn, the ones with acorns aren't, aren't really legal for Commander unless you like rule 0 it. And the ones that aren't, I guess, are fair game for surviving beyond the Unfinity set. Truss, Chief Engineer. Whenever Truss, Chief Engineer, enters the battlefield, or another creature dies, put a hack counter on Truss. 2 tap, remove X hex counters from Truss. Add or subtract X from a number or number word on a target spell or permanent until the end of turn. The effect can't reduce a number below 1 or a number word below 1. We'll have to think on that. That's a little bit of a tricky one. Okay, so we got a finishing move. So yeah, so this is a Galaxy foil, if we can. Okay. There we go. You can see them twinkling a bit. Opening ceremony. So this one actually is a mythic, and it's also in the Galaxy. It's hard finding the optimal camera angle for actually seeing the Galaxy foil treatment. No, I'm not imagining it. It's just there. Okay, you'll have to trust me that it's there. But this one lets you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Wooburg plus a colorless. And you may open a sealed magic booster pack until end of turn. You may cast spells from among the cards in that booster pack. Okay. So you have to be prepared for that sort of card. Um, Angelic Herald. So this one, oh yeah, so that one is a much more pronounced galaxy foil. That's cool. Flying. When Angelic Herald enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Each creature you control with 3 or more words in its name gets +1/+1. So Bob, Bevy of Beebles. So I guess this is the, yeah, so this is kind of the silver border version of the list, I guess, kinda. As Bob, Bevy of Beebles enters the battlefield, create 4/1/1 blue Beeble creature tokens. The number of loyalty counters on Bob is equal to the number of Beebles you control. Create or sacrifice Beebles whenever Bob gains or loses loyalty. So +1, up to X target Beebles can't be blocked this turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand, and the -1 is draw a card. Okay. And I have absolutely no clue about the value of these silver border cards. Captain Rex. Captain Rex Nebula. Legendary creature, human pilot employee. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target non-land permanent you control becomes a vehicle artifact until end of turn. Its base power and toughness are each equal to its mana value. It has crew 2 and crash land. Whenever this vehicle deals damage, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is equal to this vehicle's mana value, it deals that much damage to any target. Then sacrifice this vehicle. Okay. Okay, we have a plains. Just regular foil. Well, borderless foil. So sweet looking. And we have a forest in the galaxy foil. Pretty sweet. Put that down there in the corner. And we have a zombie employee and a treasure token. Okay. Embiggen. It's only a common, but until end of turn, target non-brushwag creature gets +1/+1 for each super type, card type, and subtype it has. So like those legendary legendary enchantment artifact something something. One clown band, six-sided die. So the 6-sided die, choose target creature, roll a 6-sided die. It has base toughness 1 until end of turn. Put 2 -1/-1 counters on it. 3 is 6-sided die, deals 3 damage to it. and you gain 3 life. 4, it gets -4 until end of turn. 5 is destroy it, and 6 is exile it. So, interesting. Coming attractions. Octo Opus. When Octo Opus enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 blue octopus performer creature token named Contortionist. With at the beginning of your upkeep, you may fold this token in half. It becomes a 2/2, then a 1/1, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, and so on. Sacrifice Octo Opus, draw a card, an additional card for each of Contortionist folds. Huh. Park Bleeder. So a goat employee. Whenever another creature you own enters the battlefield, you get a ticket. White and tap. You may put a sticker on a creature you own that entered the battlefield this turn. Okay. We have an attraction, balloon stand. So visit, choose one, create a 1/1 red balloon creature token with flying. Sacrifice a balloon. If you do, target creature gains flying until end of turn. So that one is a non-acorn attraction. And here's another Rex Nebula. So I guess there's this is a foil as well, and I think that this is a normal foil. This other Captain Rex Nebula is at least a showcase. So I don't know if this is like it's different art. So I guess I would call this one like a showcase. A showcase foil. Let me double check. Okay, so there is a possibility of getting a regular Rex Nebula, which can be in any of the foil, regular foil or galaxy foil, and you can have the showcase in foil or galaxy foil. So I think we've got them both in normal foils, I guess. Rat in the Hat in the Galaxy foil. Okay. Sacrifice Rat in the Hat until end of turn. You may cast target creature card that has a hat from your graveyard. Yeah, so we got things with dice rolling, we got things with stickers, we got things with cards dealing with things in the art or with letters. Lots of that kind of stuff going on here. Claire de Lune, Joy Sculptor. This is a Galaxy foil. Twinkle, twinkle. Human Performer. When Claire de Lune, Joy Sculptor, enters the battlefield, for the rest of the game, tokens you own become cards that are still tokens. They continue to exist after they leave the battlefield. 1 white and a blue, tap. You may put a token from your graveyard or hand onto the battlefield. So this one is an acorn card, so if you want this nonsense to go on within a game, you got to rule 0 it. But it opens up a lot of interesting possibilities. Tusk and Whiskers. So this is a showcase. It's not a galaxy foil, just a regular. So it's like a regular showcase foil, I guess. And so it's a legendary creature, elephant mouse performer. Okay, so it's a duo. Whenever you put an ability sticker on a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. 2 green and white, tap, you get a ticket. You may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Okay, that's uncommon. Summon the pack. So this is a list card. Yeah. Open a sealed magic booster pack, reveal the cards, put all the creature cards revealed this way onto the battlefield under your control. They're zombies in addition to their other types. And then remove these cards from your deck before beginning a new game. Interesting. Double checking here. Okay, so this is a showcase foil. Legendary creature, elf employee, Lila Hospitality Hostess. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast common spells from the top of your library. Guests you control get +1/+1. Okay. We have a mountain. And regular. And we have an island. Yeah, an island in the galaxy foil treatment. There we go. Sweet. Regular island. With a cat and a food token. Bamboozling people. Jetpack janitor. Disembowel. I think it's just regular foil. Yeah, I don't see the galaxy treatment on this. Destroy target creature. That creature's controller loses 1 life for each unique vowel in that creature's name. So it allows you to use A, E, I, O, U, and Y as vowels. Command performance. Foil. We have attempted murder. Choose a target creature. Roll X 6-sided dice for each even result. Put 2 -1/-1 counters on that creature. For each odd result, create a 1/2 blue bird creature token with flying named Stormcrow. Trapeze artist. And that's a regular foil. Creature, human, performer, flying. Trapeze artist enters the battlefield by being flipped from a height of at least 1 foot. If it lands face down or didn't turn over completely at least once during the flip, return it to its owner's hand. And we have a clown extruder as an attraction. So visit, create 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. Okay. Meet and greet Sisay. Legendary creature, elf performer. Whenever you cast a spell, choose 1. Flavor. Meet and Greet Sisay gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each line of flavor text that spell has. History. Create a create a treasure token if that spell doesn't share an expansion symbol with a permanent you control or a card in your graveyard. Okay. So we have Tusk and Whiskers. So this is the Mass Performer, so I think this is just a different art treatment. So maybe the other one was Showcase. Yeah, so the other one was Showcase, and then we have the regular foil version of Tusk and Whiskers. Clown Car. This one. Okay, I still think that one's a regular foil. When Clown Car enters the battlefield, roll X 6-sided dice. For each odd result, create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. For each even result, put a +1/+1 counter on Clown Car. It's got a crew 2. It runs on laughing gas. Okay, here is Showcase foil. Okay, Showcase Galaxy foil. It's gonna be subtle. Yes, it's definitely hard to see, but this one's a Galaxy foil. And it's Ambassador Blorpity Blorp Bloop. Blorpity Blorp Boop. So it's an alien advisor guest. When Ambassador Blorpity Blorp Boop enters the battlefield, you get 3 tickets. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. At the beginning of each combat, you may have Ambassador Blorpity Blorp Boop space power and toughness become equal to the total power and toughness of all stickers on permanents you control. So that's there. Okay, the big idea. So this is I'm calling it the list card. I don't know if that's what they're calling it. But legendary creature, Brainiac villain, 2 and hybrid black or red. Tap, roll a 6-sided die, create a number of 1/1 red Brainiac creature tokens equal to the result. Tap 3 untapped Brainiacs you control. The next time you would roll a 6-sided die. Instead, roll 2 6-sided dice and use the total of those results. Okay. We have Truss, Chief Engineer, in the Showcase, and that's just regular Showcase foil. And we have an island. And we have the Galaxy foil planes. Oh, there we go. That one shows pretty well. Twinkle, twinkle. We have Clown Robot and Treasure. Ardwolf's Advantage. Ticketomaton. Regular foil. Ticketomaton enters the battlefield. You get a ticket. You may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Grabby Tabby. So it's a cat guest. Grabby Tabby has vigilance as long as you control a sticker permanent. Minotaur de Force. It's got haste. When Minotaur de Force enters the battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Okay, we have Animate Object. So this is an interesting one. It is an acorn card. You get 7 tickets. Choose an inanimate object you own from outside the game. Put a power or toughness sticker on it. You may also put a name sticker and an art sticker and or an ability sticker on it. Put it onto the battlefield as a creature. Yeah, so there are some fun possibilities with that. We have Ambassador Blorpity Blorp Boop. Blorpity Blorp Boop. This is regular foil. Okay, we have the trash bin as an attraction. Visit, mill 2 cards, then return a card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Exit through the Grift Shop. So this one is regular foil. It's a mythic. A sorcery. Yell, who wants a souvenir? And announce the name of a non-land card in your graveyard. Each player in an ungame who can hear you may bid life. You start the bidding at 0. The high bidder loses life equal to the high bid. They copy the card and may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. If you didn't win the bid, you gain life equal to the high bid and create that many treasure tokens. Huh. Lot of text on that. Okay, we have Park Map as an artifact. It's common, but it is in the Galaxy foil. Yep, there you go. You can see the sparkle there. And we have Urza's Funhouse, which is also in the Galaxy foil treatment. There we go. Urza's Funhouse. Tap, add colorless. Tap, add infinity. Activate only once, and only if you control an Urza's Mine, an Urza's Power Plant, and an Urza's Tower. 7, tap, head to askurza.com and click Urza's Funhouse. So that is an acorn card. The Space Family Goblinson. So this one is looks to be the showcase foil. The Space Family Goblinson has trample as long as you've rolled 3 or more dice this turn. Whenever you roll a die, put a +1/+1 counter on the Space Family Goblinson. So that can get big, and this is a non-acorn card. We have the Cramped Bunker as our silver bordered list card. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player moves a permanent he or she controls to touch Cramped Bunker and no other permanents. If he or she can't, destroy each permanent that player controls that isn't touching Cramped Bunker, then sacrifice it. Maybe each one was there. Huh. Okay, and we have a Captain Rex in the Galaxy foil uh, showcase. Yeah, you can there you can catch some of the sparkling going on there. And we have a swamp, foil, and we have the Galaxy foil swamp. A blinged out swamp. And we have a teddy bear token and a balloon token. Tapper. Tap an untapped creature you control that has a hat. Tap target creature. Soul Swindler. Super duper lost. So there's Fibblethip on it. Put target creature into its owner's library just beneath the top X cards of the library, where X is the number of doors you can see from your seat. Okay. Robo Pinata. When Robo Pinata dies, choose one. You get 2 tickets, or you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. I am filled with delicious candy. I am not a trick. Okay, Clandestine Chameleon. So this just looks to be a regular foil. When Clandestine Chameleon enters the battlefield, you get 2 tickets. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Clandestine Chameleon has all the abilities of ability stickers on other permanents you own and cards in your graveyard. Tuscan Whiskers again in regular foil. Our attraction is the Kitty Coaster. Visit creatures you control, get +1/+0 until end of turn. How is this par 3? It's an enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell, you may have target player mill X cards, where X is the number of words in that spell's name. Okay. It is an Acorn card. Ticket Turbo Tubes. So this is a common, but in the Galaxy foil treatment. And Form of Approach of the Second Sun in the Galaxy foil. Enchantment. When this enchantment enters the battlefield, you gain 7 life. You become a card until you leave your library or the library is shuffled. Put yourself 7th from the top. Balancing the cards on top of your head. When you draw yourself, you win the game. When one or more cards fall off your head, exile them, and all cards on your head, then sacrifice this enchantment. Weird. So I guess you gotta balance the. Let's see. So you put 6 cards on your head, and you have to keep them balanced and not lose them. until you can draw yourself. Okay, that's interesting. And we have Brim's Barone, Midway Mobsta. When Brim's Barone, Midway Mobster, enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control that has a hat. Brim's Barone, Midway Mobster has menace as long as you're wearing a hat. Okay, so they're influencing your fashion choices. Rules Lawyer. And I am not going to read that right now. Terms of service. Fluoros of Mira's Marvels. So this one, I think that's just a showcase foil. Yeah, so it's a legendary creature, a merfolk performer. As Fluoros of Mira's Marvels enters the battlefield, choose a number greater than 0. Whenever you cast a spell with power, toughness, or loyalty equal to the chosen number, target artifact or creature becomes an artifact creature with haste, with base power and toughness XX until end of turn, where X is the chosen number, and it has partner. And we have a mountain in the foil, and we have a swamp with the galaxy foil. And a clown robot and a stormcrow. Nearby planet. So, Rangeling. It's a land. This card is every land type, including plains, island, swamp, mountain, forest, desert, gate, lair, locust, and all those Urza lands, or Urza ones. Nearby planet enters the battlefield tapped. When nearby planet enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you paid 1. So, in foil. That is common. Okay. Chicken Troop. Slight Malfunction. Ride Guide. Pin Collection. And when Pin Collection enters the battlefield, you may put an ability sticker with ticket cost X or less on it without paying that sticker's ticket cost. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has all abilities with ability stickers on Pin Collection, equipped too. Note that we haven't seen any stickers yet, so I don't know if they're only in the draft box or whether they're just really weirdly distributed. Gray Merchant of Alphabet. It's a regular foil. Zombie Performer. When Gray Merchant of Alphabet enters the battlefield, choose a letter. For each creature you control that has the chosen letter in its name, you gain 1 life, and each opponent loses 1 life. Memory Test is the attraction. This one is an acorn one. When Memory Test enters the battlefield, target opponent exiles cards from the bottom of their library until they exile 5 non-land cards, then turns those non-land cards face down. You visit, name the exiled face down cards, then look at them. If you name them correctly, turn them face up, then claim the prize. And the prize is create 3 1/1 red balloon creature tokens with flying, then sacrifice memory test and open an attraction. Mobile clone. This is still regular foil. Using a mobile device, take a picture of a target creature. That device enters the battlefield as a token that's a photocopy of the pictured creature. Photocopies include auras, equipment, counters, and stickers in the shot. Don't touch other people's phones without permission, and be careful if you do. Seasoned Buttoneer in the Galaxy foil treatment. So when Seasoned, it's a Vidalcan employee. When Seasoned Buttoneer enters the battlefield, open an attraction, and that's it. Comment. And we have another, this is the regular Captain Rex Nebula, but with the Galaxy foil. Yeah. Spinneret Arachnobat. So this is the showcase foil. Spider Performer, Reach. When Spinneret Acrobat enters the battlefield, open an attraction. As long as you control 3 or more attractions, Spinneret gets +2/+0 and has Menace. Maybe this is part of the joke. Serpentine, creature worm. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, augment 2 and a green. So I wonder if this. If this is a card where you have to like have another part to it, you know, because it looks like a miscut, and the text doesn't finish. So I think you need the other, or maybe you can pair this with another card with a similar style. It's got augment 2 and a green, 2 and a green. Reveal this card from your hand. Combine it with target host. Augment only as a sorcery. So I will have to look up the rules on that because I do not know how that works. What qualifies something as a host. So there's the Truss, Chief Engineer, and Showcase Foil. And we have a Forest, foil, and we have a Plains in the Galaxy foil. There we go. We have a Squirrel and the Stormcrow. Making progress. We're almost an hour in. Wizards of the Blank. Human Wizard Performer. When the creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. Then look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of unique vowels on that sticker. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. A good day to pie. Tap up to target creatures. Whenever you put a name sticker on a creature, you may return a good day to pie from your graveyard to your hand. A line cutter. Line cutter enters the battlefield. Roll to visit your attractions. Okay. That is just a regular foil. It's one of the shinier ones. Seasoned Buttoneer again. Done for the day. Beginning of your end step, if you control an employee, a performer, or a robot, you get a ticket or create a treasure token. If you control all three, you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Complaints Clerk. When Complaints Clerk enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Whenever you roll a 1, create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. And the attraction in this one is the costume shop. So, visit, you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Soul Performer. Elf Performer, tap. Add tap. Activate only once each turn. While activating an ability, use tap rather than tapping the permanent to pay for tap. Aha. Okay. So you tap, and this gives you 2 free taps without needing to tap. Okay. That's actually interesting. It is an acorn one. Impounding Lot Bot. So I guess this is this? Yes, it is. There's the Galaxy foil treatment on it. It's a common artifact creature robot. When Impounding Lot Bot enters the battlefield, you may say "incarcerate" in a robot voice. If you do, exile another target artifact or enchantment until Impounding Lot Bot leaves the battfield. See, and I did that without even knowing I needed to do it. I did, you know, an altered voice at least. I don't know how robotic it was like, but it was supposed to be Dalek. Knife and Death. So this is a Galaxy foil. That. Just a second. As long as this spell is on the stack, players can't move permanents. One at a time, throw 10 cards you own from outside the game onto the playing area from a distance of at least 3 feet. For each of those cards, Knife and Death deals 1 damage to each creature or planeswalker you don't control that card is touching. You gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Ugh. Okay, and we have the showcase ambassador blorpity blorp boop. In Furnius Spawnington the Third, Esquire. Um, it's a demon beast grandchild, and in red it seems to be switched. So a beast demon, maybe. It's kind of hard to read. Flying, First Strike, Trample, and Haste. This spell costs 3 less to cast for each card you've revealed this turn. When Infurnius Spawnington III Esquire enters the battlefield, you may say, I am here. If you do, it deals 3 damage to a target player. It's a 9/9. Okay. I'm pronouncing it this way because Devil Knievel. Okay, because, you know, if you're old enough, you've heard of Evil Knievel. Or this is Devil K. Neville. I don't know which one they were going for, but legendary creature, Devil Performer. Haste, when Devil Knievel enters the battlefield, jump it over any number of creatures. If it clears those creatures, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Yeah, and there's a video online that you can look at to see how to do that. It's like a flipping operation. We have a plains, regular, although, you know, still beautiful. And we have the island in the galaxy treatment. We have zombie employee and food token. Check something quick. So the okay, like a regular swamp borderless foil is like 202. No, it depends on the number. So I'm just checking one of these just to see how the regular lands are going for, because they're all pretty. Okay. Must have a swamp already. 230, 237. Yeah, so a borderless foil is like 202. And swamp that is borderless galaxy foil is like $4. But there's 2 different versions of the galaxy foil. Okay. So swamp and swamp. There's 2 swamps. Plains, island. Just trying to get a feel for what the prices are in these things. Okay, so we got a 493. So 493 in galaxy foil is 905. And then the 486 or 88, 488, and the galaxy foil is $4. So for someone, this one, which has no Yeah, and this one's like super subtle. But yeah, that is a Galaxy one. I think the difference is that this is lacking the symbol. Huh. So somehow those are worth more. So here's a forest. Just learning this as I go. So here is a forest, which is definitely the galaxy. It doesn't have the symbol. And this is number 495. Yeah, so 495 Galaxy Foil is $9. And the if we had the one with the mana symbol on it, I think it's the one that's worth less. Okay, so I know what to look for in lands. I've got 2 more boxes of this to open already, and I have a few more on the way. At least one, but maybe there may be more than that. I lose track because we started pre-ordering this a long time ago. Vegetation Abomination. Artifact creature, plant mutant food. Death touch, sacrifice, vegetation abomination. Roll a 6-sided die. You gain life equal to the result. Well done. Ticket. Turbo tubes. Plot armor. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and can't be blocked except by creatures with flavor text. So it's kind of like a play on like there are creatures that don't have abilities. This is creatures that don't have flavor text. Okay, and that one's an acorn card. Common. Pie eating contest. It's an additional cost to cast this spell, Gobble X. Each time you gobble, take a bite of food or sacrifice a food token. X target creatures you control each gain +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. On the big top, a land, add 1 mana of any color that appears on your top. A top is an outerwear garment worn on the upper body. So, yes, people will be wearing multicolor, or at least the colors needed for their deck. Scavenger Hunt is the attraction. Visit, choose a 4-legged creature, a liquid other than water, or a door. At random, you have 10 seconds to search your library and reveal the card with the chosen item in its art. If you do, claim the prize, then shuffle. Prize, you get 2 tickets, then you put a sticker on an on-land permanent you own, sacrifice Scavenger Hunt, and open an attraction. Oh. This is interesting. I hadn't... Ha! I assumed... I did not know this. But the backs on these things are different. So they don't have a standard card back. Welcome to the Astratorium. Okay, so it's like instructions for, open attraction by putting the top card of this deck onto the battlefield. Destroyed attractions go to the junkyard. Wonderful. Roll a 6-sided die as your main phase begins. Visit each attraction with the result lit up. Fantabulous. Building an attraction deck. In limited, use any you draft or open. In sealed deck, minimum of 3. In constructed, no more than 1 with the same name, minimum of 10. Okay. So, you learned something new. I just thought they were all going to have regular kind of backs on them. Okay, so this is a popular one. Saw in half, like people were waiting for this one. Destroy target creature. If that creature dies this way, its controller creates 2 tokens that are copies of the creature, except their base power is half that of the creature's power, and their base toughness is half that creature's toughness, rounded up each time. And I will have to properly think through the ways that that gets abused, because I think once you get down to 1/1s, you're no longer gonna everything's gonna be 1/1s after that point. Bioluminary. So a merfolk performer. Whenever Bioluminary deals combat damage to a player, you get 2 tickets. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. D00-D1. Caricaturist. Doodle. When Doodle caricaturist enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 colorless sketched creature token, which you have 15 seconds to draw. The token has flying if it has wings in its art. The same is true for First Strike and a sword, Vigilance and a shield, Menace and mean eyes, Trample and horns, Death Touch and claws, Lifelink and fangs, and haste, and footwear. So, made for Infinitokens. And this is this one. And this is a Galaxy foil version of it. Cool. DK, Finder of the Lost. So it's a showcase foil of it looks like it's just a showcase foil. So I think this is the showcase version. We already saw that one before. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. So this is the silver border list. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from rogues and from clerics. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a 4/4 gold dragon creature token with flying and roll a d20. If you roll a 20, repeat the process. Equip 2. Nocturno of Mira's Marvels. And this one is just a showcase foil. Legendary creature, vampire performer. As Nocturno of Mirror Marvels enters the battlefield, choose a word with 5 or more letters. Whenever you cast a spell with the chosen word and its rules text, you may draw a card and you lose 2 life. And it has partner. And we have a mountain, foil, and we have the Galaxy foil version of the mountain without the mana, so it's like a full art. So the more pricey one. We have a cat, a treasure, that's flying cat. Okay. We're almost through. An hour and 15 so far. Impounding Lotbot. Dissatisfied customer. Crooked Amphibinaut. So a frog guest. Crooked Amphibinaut has flying as long as you control a stickered permanent. A Deadbeat Attendant. When it enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Goblin Airbrusher. Whenever you place a sticker, create a treasure token. If it's an art sticker, instead create 2 treasure tokens. Okay, so that's good if we're doing the treasure, I mean, doing the sticker thing, which we still have seen none, so I'm thinking that maybe you only find them in draft boxes. Or I'm incredibly unlucky. We'll see. We have an autograph book. This is another one that I saw previewed. I don't think this counts as... I'm assuming this is just part of the art, that it's not a Galaxy treatment. It doesn't have the same, you know, so it's got design elements specifically that look like they belong to the book. Autograph book enters the battlefield with a page counter on it for each person who has signed it. 3, tap, remove a page counter from autograph book and draw a card. Pick-a-Beeble is the attraction. Visit, roll a 6-sided die, put a number of luck counters on Pick-a-Beeble equal to the result. Create a treasure token. Then, if there are 6 or more luck counters on Pick-a-Beeble, claim the prize. Create 2 treasure tokens, then sacrifice Pick-a-Beeble, open an attraction. Omni-Clown Colossus. So this has got an adventure style thing going on. Costs a lot, 8 and 2 red for the Colossus on its own. Pyroclasm is the sorcery adventure, and that costs 3 and 2 red, so that's cheaper. Pyroclasm deals pi damage to each non-clown creature. How to calculate pi isn't important. It's a smidgen more than 3. Okay. So I guess if it literally is doing the pi damage, then it can take out yeah, I'm not sure which ways that's going to get abused. But the Omniclown Colossus has affinity for clowns. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each clown you control. And it has trample, and it's 7/7. Okay, so that's why it's expensive. You can reduce it. You can reduce it by having clowns out. We have a Goblin Girder Gang, which is in the Galaxy foil. You can see it a little there. It's a little tough. But Goblin Employee with Reach. Whenever you roll a result not stored on Goblin Girder Gang, you may store that result on it. When you do, Goblin Girder Gang deals 1 damage to any target without a hat. Goblin Girder Gang gets +1/+0 for each result stored on it. So it doesn't specify. I think most of the things are using 6-sided die. There's some things that are using a 20, at least that I've seen so far. So I don't know if they're using any other sizes of die, but yeah. So it does open it up for chances to get very big, I think. Tug of War in the Galaxy foil treatment. Yeah, there we go. Galaxy foil. Tug of War. Players play a sub-game starting at 5 life and with up to 3 permanent cards with different names from their main game library on the battlefield. As the sub-game ends, the winner chooses one of the cards they put onto the battlefield as the sub-game began and puts it onto the battlefield rather than shuffling it into the library. Different names. Huh. Okay. So it's kind of a complicated tutor operation, I guess. And here is the Space Family Goblinson in Showcase. And I think... Did I see that? And maybe it's just Showcase. I think that's just Showcase. Do-it-yourself Seraph. It's a silver bordered. Flying, whenever do-it-yourself Seraph attacks. Or Seraph. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know how to pronounce that. Seraphim. So maybe, yeah, maybe it's Seraph. But whenever you do it yourself, Seraph attacks. You may search your library for an artifact card, exile it, then shuffle your library. Do-it-yourself Seraph has the text box of each card exiled with do-it-yourself Seraph in addition to its own. Okay. So a 4/4 with flying that also can get artifact text collection. It came from planet Glurg. You may, so it's an alien ooze. You may have it came from planet Glurg, entered the battlefield as a copy of X different creatures on the battlefield. It has the total power, total toughness, combined mana costs, and all text boxes, names, art, and so on. So it's this agglomeration of stuff. And so that looks to be a showcase foil. And we have a forest in the yeah, and we have the swamp in the galaxy foil. Clown robot and food. Non-human cannonball. When non-human cannonball dies, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 4 or less, non-human cannonball deals that much damage to you. Draconian Gatebot. When Draconian Gatebot enters the battlefield, choose one. Open an attraction. Or destroy target attraction. You must be this tall to ride. You have 10 seconds to comply. Petting Zookeeper. Reach. When Petting Zookeeper enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Wii Champion. And yeah. So a Minotaur Child Guest. Whenever you place a sticker, we champion gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If it's an art sticker, instead put a +1/+1 counter on we champion. Okay. Comment foil. Monitor, monitor. A human employee. When monitor enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Once each turn, you may pay 1 to re-roll 1 or more dice you rolled. Okay. That actually is non-acorn, so this can end up in regular commander decks. Night Shift of the Living Dead. As you roll a die, you may pay 1 life. If you do, increase or decrease the result by 1. Do this only once each turn. Whenever you roll a 6, create a 2/2 black zombie employee creature token. The Superlatorium is the attraction. Visit, an opponent chooses the funniest, the smelliest, or the sturdiest. You choose a creature, then ask a person outside the game to choose the creature that best fits the chosen criteria. If they choose the same creature that you chose, claim the prize. Create 2/1/1. The prize is create 2/1/1 red balloon creature tokens with flying, then sacrifice the Superlatorium and open an attraction. Katarina of Muro's Marvels. Foil. Yes, choose a letter. Whenever you cast a spell with the name that begins with the chosen letter, create a white 2/2 cat creature token with flying. And it's got partner. Down for repairs in Galaxy Foil. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Destroy up to 1 target attraction that player controls. And they would get put into their junkyard. That's a common. How is this a par 3 we did before? This one happens to be a Galaxy Foil. Rims in the showcase. X is our silver bordered. As long as X is in X's owner's opponent's hand, X's owner may cast X and activate X's abilities. That opponent can't cast X and plays with his or her hand revealed. So you can pay blue and black and tap to put X in target opponent's hand. You can pay 3 and white and blue and black, and you may play a card in the same hand as X without paying its mana cost. Okay. This is... So we have Cosmic Stellar Pup. And I don't know if this is regular or showcase foil. It isn't the Cosmic foil as far as I can tell. So it's got a 0 cost ability set. Comes in with 5 loyalty, roll a 6-sided die. A 1 or a 2, you can plus and create 2/1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. Dog and squirrel's cute. They gain haste until end of turn. 3, you can -1 it, then return a card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. 4 or 5, Comet Stellar Pup deals damage equal to the number of loyalty counters on him to a creature or player. Then minus I can't read it. I don't know if it's a -1 or minus. I'll assume it's a minus. Weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like look this up online. The type is so small. Um, and 6, it looks like a plus, and you can activate Comet Stellar Pup's loyalty abilities 2 more times this turn. Island. And here's the Galaxy Foil Forest with the mana symbol. We have Teddy Bear and a balloon. Bar entry. Bag check. Aerial Elephant. Flying, when Aerial Elephant enters the battlefield, you get a ticket, then you put a sticker on an on-land permanent you control. Questionable Cuisine. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Create a food token for each trash can you can see from your seat. Then it's an artifact with 2 tap. Sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3 life. Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost. Roll 2 6-sided dice. Return any number of cards with total mana value X or less from your graveyard to your hand, where X is the total of these results. Exile Paradise Lost. And that is a non-acorn card. Fight the Blank Fight. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. When you do, enchanted creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2 for each name sticker on this aura with 8 or more letters. Merry-Go-Round is our attraction. Visit. Creatures you control with power 2 or less gain horsemanship until end of turn. They can't be blocked except by creatures with horsemanship. Lila, Hospitality Hostess. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast common spells from the top of your library. Guests you control get +1/+1. Another Vegetation Abomination foil. Nope, is it? Yeah, I think it's just regular foil. And here's the Celebrate 1000 in the Galaxy foil. So it's an artifact creature clown robot. At the beginning of combat on your turn, roll 2 6-sided dice. For each result of 1, Celebrate 1000 gets +1/+1 until end of turn. For each other results, it gains the indicated ability until end of turn. If you rolled doubles, then it gains double strike until end of turn. So 2 is menace, 3 is vigilance, 4 is lifelink, 5 is flying, and 6 is indestructible. Spinneret. Arachnobat. In the showcase foil. Staying power. So until the end of turn and this turn, effects don't end. Devil Knievel. And that's just the showcase foil version of that. Then we have a swamp. And we have a galaxy foil mountain. We have a clown robot and a treasure. Okay. So we only got one of the super expensive lands. And it seems like that contributes to a lot of the value of the box. And then things, the ones without the mana symbols are probably the ones that give us the most value out of the lands. So we got 3 of those, so $27 out of that. So I think, most of the value is going to come from how you do on the lands. We do have our box topper still to open here. Okay. Carefully extricate the card. And it is a watery grave. And so it's just the borderless foil version of watery grave. It is not the galaxy version. Okay. Let's see. Control, find, watery. So the watery grave in the borderless foil is 33. Okay. So, and I said that the breeding pool in the galaxy foil was 114. Yeah, so 30, 40. So it's not terrible. I think that's fairly close between that and some of the other things that are in here. Maybe that's close to the value of the box. Maybe a little short, but not a disappointment or anything. And I have no clue what the what's going to happen with these silver border cards. Let me double check something here. Control, find, Mary. Okay, so the attractions are listed, so I'm assuming I pre-checked prices. Let me see if we go for Midwest. The list. Control, find. Let's see, staying. Okay. So these are in the list. Staying power isn't expensive. I just don't know if there are any stars in this. X. X search is not going to do. I'm just going to scroll down to it. $1.05. Do 12. Do it yourself Seraph is $1. The Sword of Dungeons and Dragons, though, is $10. Infernal Spawnington III Esquire is $5.44. Serpentine is cheap. Rules Layer is $1.10. Cramp Bucker, it's only $1. That's less than $1. Sum of the pack is $3.68. Bevy Beebles is $9.95. And Pippa is $3.74. So, as usual, some of the list cards are more equal than others, more valuable than others. But yeah, so that adds some value to the box as well. So yeah, so I think this was not a bad box. But in this case, the lands are where a lot of the value is concentrated. So that there. Okay. So anyhow, that was my first box. I think that was not bad. And I've got 2 more of these to open, and we'll see those in the next video. They will be smoother. I'll go quicker through those just to kind of like get to the good stuff. But this was a way to kind of like survey the set. So I hope if you're doing any of your own cracking, you're having some luck. And I'm like saving the draft. We're gonna try to do some sealed box commander deck builds out of draft boxes. So don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, but I have to resist the temptation to open those boxes up early. We'll see how that goes. But the collector's boxes, that's a free-for-all. I'm just going to do them. So anyhow, I'm Greg, Bioinformatter from Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Moxfield, and hopefully I'll get some of these box breaks out more regularly. I got a backlog I got to post. So I'll get around to those as soon as I can, while in between playing games and cracking more stuff. I'm clogging up my hard drive. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you in the next video.